Hi, boss. Welcome to the One to Taste Talks Food Ingredients podcast. Thanks for joining us today. Maybe good that you give a brief introduction of yourself to the audience and tell us a little bit about your company.
Hello, first of all, Jasper. Thanks for having me. So my name is Bas de Kroon. I come from Breda, and the company Vanille Beverages is also located in Breda. I'm one of the two owners, and what we do is we buy vanilla and all sorts of products that come from vanilla, so also powder, extracts, everything that has to do with natural vanilla. We can supply. Um, and Vanille BV, we have pretty direct access to the markets and the farmers in Madagascar, and that is our main strength. But I think we come up to that later.
Okay. Hey, today the podcast is about alcoholic beverages, but you can take it obviously wider than that. Being an entrepreneur yourself, what do you believe that costs are an important factor when customers bring new products into the market, and how or what advice would you give them?
Of course, I always believe that costs are a factor. Um, you have multiple things to deal with. First of all, is that the export price in Madagascar is settled. The government has an export price which has to be respected. So is also respected by us. Um, so that's very specific about vanilla. What I think is different in other markets. You don't see that often. That there isn't a market price, but there's a set government price in Madagascar. Of course, in other origins like Uganda and Papua New Guinea, you see the more fairer market price. So there you have more possibility in sourcing on price. But our main market is Madagascar, and there the price is settled by the government. So it's a different situation actually for vanilla.
So when people buy the Madagascar vanilla for this, imagine you make a new uh, uh, liquor, right, with vanilla taste in it.
Yeah.
Um, how important is it for people to, for example, work with a bourbon from Madagascar? What is the edge there that you guys bring, or where the origin plays an important role?
Yeah. We can provide every origin, but I think what Madagascar made stand out is that they have the history. You see that in new upcoming countries, that it's very difficult. Vanilla has a very sophisticated process with multiple steps, which you see in the praktijk, which is really perfected in Madagascar, and where upcoming countries struggle really with the fermentation, with the harvest, and it's all
Yeah.
very delicate processes to make a good vanilla bean. And I think Madagascar controls that because they have the history of over 100 years. And that's also the philosophy of Vanille BV, is that we go for quality. We're switching to fully organic, and we always aim for the highest vanillin percentages to really source on that kind of beans, that kind of batches. Um, so think I think the quality of a bean makes the end product, and that's why we also have this philosophy.
So if I may recap that a little bit, so you can look at cost, and if you want to buy from Madagascar, okay, there's
Yeah, there's a
minimum
set price.
requirements or set
Yeah.
prices, but at the same time, you said if you want to go for quality, then the vanilla beans from Madagascar they have the right quality
Yeah,
and they have the right experience
yeah,
because they've
definitely.
been doing it for over 100 years.
Yeah.
And is that maybe if you would take it a little bit wider? I mean, for sure, there's multiple ingredients in a new product. Would you say that you should first go for quality and after that look at pricing?
Yeah, that's our philosophy because the pricing is set. And with Madagascar, always know you have the right quality, you have the best end product with the highest vanillin percentage. That said, of course, the upcoming countries are really making steps in terms of quality. Um, for example, Uganda is really an upcoming country, so we're really also looking into that. Um, but with Madagascar, you always have a same, or it's never the same because it's a natural product, but you have always an outstanding bean, and with that also a good end product. Yes.
Yeah. Do you see specific challenges in the coming years in respect to the pricing of vanilla beans? And
Well, the upcoming countries, of course, they aren't bound to the set price of Madagascar, which also pressures again the government of Madagascar. Um, Also find Madagascar is a very how do I say this? It has a lot of nature problems, a lot of hurricanes, which can impact the crops with that the supply, which makes the price go up. Also, what we saw this year is that the government has some new regulations, which makes it always hard. And the question is how it's gonna impact the market. So that are the main topics I think that can make a change or not, but we can't tell yet. And it's always vanilla is always about anticipating and because you never know what's going to happen. At least that's my experience. So yeah, keeps you sharp.
okay, so you just need to be on top of the ball,
Yeah,
right? So
always.
so basically, what we see with the Want to Taste platform is when we work with product innovation, is that people customers find it very convenient that prices are shown online, so there's
Yeah,
transparency around pricing. Also, there's full transparency towards our supply partners like you. You
yeah,
you always have full visibility on customers and on pricing. And we believe that this is actually the right way to address it to the market. It's still something that is for some suppliers feels uncomfortable because the traditional way of dealing with pricing is giving individual prices to individual customers and try
yeah,
to play around and maximize your margins. If you look at the platform industry, this actually takes out this part of the equation and tries to open up that
yeah,
that transparency. But I believe that overall this is beneficial for both parts, because by creating that transparency, it is possible for you to also supply the small and medium sized customers, which are our target customers, um, and you
yeah,
can still focus on the larger ones yourself. Um, Going back
yeah,
to the best contract, I think it's safe to say that you say quality comes before pricing, as
yes.
a final thought from your end. Um, and I would like to thank you for participating today. I know it's short and we are
Definitely.
already um, over our time, but thank you so much, Bas, for joining in the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and let me know when we can go again.
All right, I will definitely keep you posted, and I hope to
Yeah.
invite you for the next one.
Okay. Thanks, Jasper.